Such a precious time in your life where the responsibilities are a little lesser. This is the time you can go out and find a second career, maybe find your passion.
Why wait for
Someone else to tell you? Yes.
Say,
yeah.
oh, my son did not tell me.
Yeah,
This.
well
My
done on that. Well done on that. I love that. Shine some light on yourself.
Yes,
Give yourself some
absolutely.
self-love.
Give
Yeah.
self-love.
Welcome to Wellness with Kala, Fit at 50, the only podcast where wellness takes a center stage and thriving in your 50s becomes the new normal. I'm your host, Kala Shekhar, a certified yoga and wellness coach, and I'm here to guide you on your journey towards holistic well-being. Fit at 50 is the only podcast that proves turning 50 is just the beginning of your healthiest, strongest, and most vibrant years. So let's get moving. The best is yet to come. Today, my host is Dr. Sameera Gupta, an acclaimed physio-occupational therapist, an award-winning obesity management expert from Mumbai. She has won so many awards, Power Leader Award, Brand of the Year Award, Woman of Substance Award, and the Healthcare Leader Award by Times of India in 2021. Welcome, Dr. Sameera. I don't think 2 minutes is enough to talk about all the awards and all your expertise. Welcome all the way from Mumbai to Wellness with Kala Fit at 50 show.
Thank you, Kala. I'm really happy to be a part of your talk show. I think the entire mission of spreading awareness of being healthy at any age, I think is very important, and especially at 50.
So, for someone who has just turned 50 or is reaching 50 or possibly has crossed 50 and they're trying to maintain a good health, being healthy at 50 actually starts at 35, doesn't it?
Yes, in fact, you're right, because 35 is the age where the women, by and large, are getting to see the changes. The childbearing years are, by and large, either they are coming in or they're almost getting over. Most of the time, most of the women are, finished with that part of motherhood, and the changes in the hormones begin, the changes in the skin texture begin, and it is seen quite early. So when I remember being in that age and talking to my dermat, she had actually told me, do more preventive care than actually taking action when you're deep into the issue. So prevention is always better than cure.
When we talk of fitness and health at 50, you did see the symptoms in your 30s and 35s or in your 40s.
Well, more than me, I think my doctor was educating me at that point of time, and I also had read about it. And I think it just made sense because, you age with grace. And the earlier you understand your symptoms are setting in, the more aware you are about it, and the better you can deal with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So start getting aware even when you're in your 30s or 35s, because you think 50 will... Exactly.
It's absolutely a phase, and how you get, from a childhood to a teenager, when you're taking, you understand what is happening in your teenage years. The same way you understand when you are stepping into another phase of perimenopause or even menopause that women do set in, closing to their 40s and their 50s.
So, since this is a podcast on being fit at 50, let's address that segment of a person's life. So, when maybe you've just turned 50 or you're about to turn 50 or you've turned 50 already, slowly the problems start creeping in. You start seeing your vision starts to dim a little bit, maybe a little bit of diabetes or pre-diabetes has creeped in, cholesterol, triglycerides, blood pressure, thyroid problems, hormonal problems, menopause. I mean, it's endless. All these things slowly start to creep in once you're 50. So some of these are inevitable. It's going to happen. Aging is going to happen. But how can we age gracefully at that age?
Well, see, first of all, I think we have to be very mindful about our blood profiles. Mm-hmm. Most importantly, if you don't gift anything to yourself, but at least gift a blood profile test once a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is what I do for myself.
When would you recommend this start?
I always say start, kind of just take it at the start of the year.
Mm-hmm. So when you're closer to 50 or in your 40s?
I don't think personally it is an age that is a bar. Mm-hmm. The earlier you do it, the better it is.
Just be aware of the numbers.
Yeah, because if you're looking at your periods getting irregular, that is the first sign of perimenopause, of something coming close to you, something it could be in your mid-40s or early 50s. You could be perimenopause and menopausing. So you should take a body profile, which includes HbA1c, that is the average of 3 months blood sugar to check your diabetes. Because otherwise you'll be full-blown diabetes. I just got a call the other day that my blood sugars fasting was about 320. My post-lunch was 280, and I was like, okay, 1 minute, haven't you never done a test? I had somebody else who called me saying that I had an HbA1c of 11.6, another woman saying I had 12. I said, how do you not know about this? It could not just creep in. The whole idea is you have to
be aware of this.
The whole topic out here right now is not about the problem. We're talking about the awareness. We're talking about the solutions. Yes, you could have a problem, but there's nothing in this world that cannot be dealt with. What I personally
nothing comes suddenly. It's been
most
there.
Of the
it's
time,
just that you
most
didn't,
of the time there are no surprises. A lot of times there are. Yes, I agree. But I would not say that you can be preparing for the tsunami that you can see. So if you are having high blood sugars, you can be borderline with hypertension, or thyroid levels are getting elevated or going lower, your TSH, FSH, you have to understand your free T3, T4, TSH should be checked in. I repeat, free T3, T4, TSH. That is a particular one that is for thyroid levels. Your blood pressure should be checked for 7 days in a row. If it is one time elevated, you don't need to panic. You need to check it. You need to be aware because these things are going to be could be because of some subconscious stress that you have. And I think people could be stressed out because of their dog, their cat, their loneliness, some loss of some family, or just your own self.
Just be aware of the numbers.
So I just feel that, awareness is very, very important. Taking a complete blood test is very important. And more than anything, finding a solution. Exercises.
No, I think acknowledging that you need a blood test, you need to be aware of these numbers is so important, right?
See, diet and exercise are very, discussed in a very lame manner. I personally feel it has a lot to do with your lifestyle. It's just not diet, it's just not exercise, it's about your sleep patterns, it's about your exercise patterns, it's about what you prioritize. And women, by and large, don't prioritize their health for whatever reason. I can't understand why this is happening, but I think women need to prioritize.
Because women are always giving to the kids, to the family, to the...
But they forget what they can actually gift their family is their own good health.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup, isn't it?
Yes, because if you are taking care, if I'm taking care of my parents, my in-laws, or my kids, and my family, my husband, my pets, if I am sick,
you can only do that if you're healthy, isn't it?
So you have to be the change as what you see.
Awesome. So be aware of the numbers. Don't hesitate to go take blood tests regularly so you know what's actually happening within yourself. So you also talk a lot about chronic pain, right? And chronic pain is something that creeps in when you're getting closer to 50. Joint pains, not able to move properly, knee pains, not able to lift your hands, the shoulder starts to get jammed up. So why does this creep in, and how do you know it's chronic pain?
Okay, so first there is something known as acute pain and there's something known as chronic pain. So when there's acute pain and there's chronic pain, what you have to understand the difference is acute is something which I've just got injured and I've just kind of got a lot of pain because of lifting that particular part. But in case if you are maintaining a certain poor posture or you're lifting certain things in a particular way and continuously you're having that pain that is setting in and you decided to ignore it for whatever reason. Why does shoulder pain set in? And it slowly sets in and becomes, from acute it goes into chronic. It's because initially your ranges are affected. No, initially your pain is affected. Then the ranges get affected. And more than anything, you realize that you are unable to open the door, the doorknob. You're not able to lift certain things.
Or just reach up and pick up something.
Just tie your hair or, close the button or the door on the door lock on the top or remove something from the shelf. The reason is because the hormonal changes are happening. The estrogen hormone, which is the female hormone, which is required and is depleted during your menopause and perimenopause phase, it is the reason for which
you get
the joint pains are happening. Because it is basically it is the hormone that is responsible for calcium, for preparing
depletion,
your own calcium, and that depletes because of the depletion in the estrogen.
Okay.
So ideally, you are supposed to be aware of your calcium. You are supposed to be aware of your vitamin D3. None of us, I think most of us, are not taking enough sunlight.
Yeah.
The food intake is also kind of not very focused on particular vitamins versus minerals. It's just what we are normally eating. It's a balanced diet most of the time, but a lot of carb. Indian food, particularly the vegetarians, are very high on carbs.
Yeah.
So we do not have enough.
So you say once
supplementation.
someone is getting closer to 50, the estrogen starts to deplete.
Yes.
The calcium in the
Goes
body starts to go
And the
down.
vitamin D3 is also,
And-
which is the food for the joints,
Yeah.
along with the calcium, is just completely going off the grid.
Okay.
And you need to be aware of that because we always treat the patients from root cause value.
So you think this chronic pain could go away with good diet and taking these vitamins?
I personally feel it's a multifaceted thing. You have to go all guns in the sense, most importantly, maintain your posture on a regular basis. If you're going to be sitting and slouching for those many hours working on your laptop or reading or working at home or lifting, things in a poor manner, like going forward bending instead of squatting on your floor and picking up things,
Yeah.
you're going to be ramming your back. Your spasm is going to get full blown. Your spine gets damaged. And what is the way to heal it? A, supplementation. B, exercises. B, C, most important, the right kind of anatomical position that you have during your sleep.
Yeah.
So if I have a shoulder pain on my left arm and I decide to sleep on that arm, it is going to get more damaged.
Yeah.
So it is very important. In my 27 years of practice now, I've understood
Yeah.
that you
So
have
it is
to
a
be
very,
holistic
very
way.
deep topic, chronic pain, why people get this and how it's caused. And of course, no two people are the same. The reasons and the causes could be different. But you're saying that be aware of it and see how you can change your
Try and
situation.
wait. I just educate my patients saying at inception level, try and handle it.
Yeah.
Not saying that, my child's exams will get over and then I will handle it. Or that wedding will get over. Try and deal with it spontaneously.
Yeah.
Be more aware of what you need to do. You need to be aware
Yeah.
that something is setting in.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
And acknowledge that you need some sort of help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think reaching out for help will actually reduce your financial burden.
Yeah.
B, will also boost a lot of confidence.
Exactly, yeah. So let's move a little away from physical health, talk of mental health for someone who's just turned 50. Emotional problems, maybe you're going through an empty nester syndrome, maybe you've lost your job or loss of a partner, and lots of things happen when you enter that mid phase of life. Some of these are controllable, some not so controllable. So again, the question comes back, how can we age gracefully mentally?
Well, I think this is a very, very wide topic, but most importantly, acceptance of what is the situation and dealing with it. I always feel that address your problems. Write down the pros and cons of what you have and versus what you don't have.
Yeah.
Emotional baggage is something that can actually come into physiological being. And that is what it is.
What you think in your mind is what the body is going to give out
So you need
signals.
to undergo a certain amount of talk therapy.
Yeah.
It could be your best friend. It could be some relative. It could be whoever. It could be a counselor for that matter. So if my blood sugars are elevating, obviously I'm going to go and see a physician.
Yeah.
So the same way, if you have any
Mental health
setback,
issues, yeah.
it is going to happen because estrogen again
Yeah.
is important. Your serotonin levels are going to deplete
Yeah.
because of the hormonal changes, and that is going to lead to certain amount of depression, certain amount of loneliness,
Yeah.
and the vacuum, the empty nester syndrome that, my child,
Yeah.
whom I was focusing the last 20 years, has gone away. But you know what?
That's a part
Everyone
of
needs
life.
to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Everyone comes.
Exactly.
Everyone
Let
goes.
go and do something for yourself.
Yes, I think 50s is
find
the
another-
best time.
Exactly, the best
to
years of your life.
reinvent. Well, in fact, I feel that if you can give that time, that focus,
Yeah.
that halogen to yourself,
to yourself. That's when you
can bloom.
That's when you
Pay
can.
attention.
Yeah.
I
When
think
you
that's what it is
have
about.
less
and
responsibilities.
let go.
Yeah.
I think the let go
Is very hard.
and accepting the situation
Yeah.
is very hard.
So many things are inevitable. It's
See,
going to
people
happen.
have
It's
their
a process
moments,
of
Kala.
life.
You know,
yeah.
people have their moments. I have my moments. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is what you smile,
Yeah.
and together we smile together.
Yeah.
You know,
have a bunch of girlfriends who know you, who you can just
you can have a
chill
bunch
out.
of friends. You can just put your head down, be
Yeah.
yourself. I
Create
think
a new
it's so
hobby.
important. Go back to seeing what you were back in the days.
Exactly.
It doesn't always have. You don't have to be guilty. You know, the women by and large are guilty.
Too much.
They carry on a lot of guilt about working, about doing something for themselves.
Yeah.
If I'm at the parlor, I would always be guilty.
Yeah.
So I'd always have home services. And now, even now my kids are not with me, I would still, they're gone away to study.
Yeah, it
or
becomes
they're-
a habit, doesn't
now
it?
I'm still
Yeah.
availing home services, but why?
Yeah.
Go out.
Yeah.
Meet
Have
people.
fun, meet,
enjoy.
yeah, yeah.
And, most important, don't be harsh on yourself.
On yourself, yes. Learn to forgive yourself.
And
yeah.
forget
Yeah.
what has not worked for you. Think of what can
So
work
it's
for
such a precious time in your life where the responsibilities are a little lesser. This is the time you can go out and find a second career, maybe find your passion,
Yes.
do something completely
See,
different.
husbands are an integral part of your life. Your family is a very important part of life. We are not telling you not to pay attention, but a little bit of sunlight if
Yeah.
you give to yourself.
Shine the
you will-
spotlight on you.
Yes,
Yeah.
why not? I think there's nothing wrong in looking good,
Yeah.
feeling good, and giving yourself that self-love
Yeah,
feeling that, you know
exactly.
what, I love myself.
Yes.
Why wait for third
Someone
person
else to tell you, yes,
say,
yeah.
oh, my son did not tell me this.
Yeah, well
My
done
child-
on that. Well done on that. I love that. Shine some light on yourself.
Yes,
Give yourself some
absolutely.
self-love.
Give that
Yeah.
self-love. When was the last time you said to
Yeah.
yourself, I really love that.
Yeah, I
about
really love
myself."
myself. I look
love
good.
my smile.
Yeah,
I love my. Why are we waiting for that third person?
Exactly,
acknowledgement?
exactly.
It
I
could be
love that.
anyone.
I love that. I love that. Give me a high five for this. I love it. Yes. Okay. So, since you're a doctor, I would like to use your expertise a little bit.
Sure.
It's a wide topic. I know that, but let's just probably in a sentence or two address some of the main issues that people over 50 will face. Right. We'll just do the problem, symptom, and what you can do. So let's talk menopause. If you're having a problem with menopause, what are the symptoms for you to know that, yes, this is a problem?
Okay, so when patients are suffering from menopause, so it's always an alarm that rings a little earlier, but
Yeah.
you have to keep your ears and eyes open, in the sense your periods are basically going to start fading away. So the 7-day cycle goes into 5, then goes into 3, and of course the flow also changes. So exactly how you were at puberty, initially it was, the flow was slow and then it kind of goes full blown. The
Yeah.
same way you're going in,
It's going to go
reverse
back.
order. So imagine you're moving your car forward. Right now you're moving your car backwards. So that is what it is. Hair thinning, sleep disturbances, bloating, constipation, indigestion.
Okay.
So you need to add that little fiber, add that little extra fiber
Yeah.
in your food, or even take it as a supplement prior meals.
Okay.
So the digestion can go through. Instead of panicking, saying
Yeah.
that this is something which I can't deal with, and let's not talk about the problem, talk about the solution.
Solution. So what would be the solution?
So the solution, as I said, balanced diets, have not only protein, a balanced meal plan that is having enough of at least 2 to 3 liters of water. Then you can exercise at least 30 to 45 minutes a day, 7 days a week. Target 7 days a week. And then you can also have a lot of greens. Make sure you sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours. And even if you don't get that undisturbed sleep, try and be a little calm
Yeah.
towards yourself.
Take an afternoon nap. It's
Take an
okay.
afternoon nap, but make sure you're less irritable, because irritability is a very, very common problem.
Yes. Oh,
that
it's the
people-
most often said, right? Oh, she must be going through menopause.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at her being so irritable, isn't it? Yeah. Are you someone who recommends HRT?
Well, you know what? I personally feel that HRT is a supplement. Yes, you can do it. But first of all, get your gynec profiles done. Your LHS, your FSH, your DSEAS, your testosterone. You need to check it out.
Yeah.
How low they are. What are the levels that are required? Just, I think, supplement well.
Yeah.
Focus on meditation.
Go for the holistic,
Go
natural
the
way
holistic
first.
therapeutic
Yeah,
ways.
yeah.
I always give that
Yeah.
option to my patients.
And
Think-
then you see if
Eat green, sleep well, be positive,
Yeah.
think positive. Your thoughts are very important.
exactly. Next one, let's go. Diabetes.
Okay.
What are the symptoms?
So again, diabetes is feeling very, very, when your sugars are low and, you're feeling giddiness, you're feeling, again, constipation, irritability is, again, a
Constant
very important.
thirst.
Constant thirst.
Frequent
sugar
urination.
craving, you know, you are having a lot of sugar craving, and more than anything, I would say if your HbA1c levels are elevated, you're going to have a drastic weight loss. So yes,
Oh,
your
okay.
lean muscle goes down.
Okay.
And
So what is drastically elevated? Over 8 or over
well, if your
7?
HbA1c is anything beyond 6.5, it is something to worry about. If you're crossing 7, yes, definitely. I would always say between a 5.5 to 5.9 is decent,
Okay.
but keep a check. I would say HbA1c is basically the average of
3
blood
months.
sugars in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Please don't focus on your daily
Yeah.
sugars. Yes, it should be under control, but the real cat out of the bag will be
The 3
when
months
you're-
average.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is what it
Perfect.
is.
Awesome. Again, thyroid.
Well, hypothyroidism or hypothyroidism now depends. Most of the time, people are complaining.
What would be
of-
my symptoms, like for a lay person?
Yeah, so a hypothyroid case is normally having excessive weight gain. Again, hair thinning, hair fall.
This is hypo.
hypo,
Okay, low thyroid.
low thyroid.
Okay.
So you get weight gain.
Okay.
Okay. Again, constipation is one very important part. Irritability, skin changes. Yeah, skin discoloration,
Okay.
melasma. You can call it. You can, you know, have a lot of sleep disturbances again. That is very, very important. And of course, you have to check your TPO antibodies test if you want to really check whether your thyroids are requiring medication or not.
Okay.
I repeat, you take a free T3, T4, TSH test, but don't get scared even
Okay.
if it's elevated. Wait for those 3 months radar. Check your food habits, get onto a good nutrition plan where the cruciferous foods are avoidable,
Okay.
and check your TPO antibodies.
Okay.
So if that is under check, you are basically not going to go to thyroid medication.
Is there a specific number you would say for TSH? If this is above this, then
I would say, see, if it is continuously above 7, of course, it all depends on the reference scale.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
It all depends on the reference scale. If it's above 7, then you need to be really, it's an alarm.
Okay.
But because it will also change your vision. It will affect your vision.
Okay.
Your numbers are jumping. So for whatever reason, you know, loss of spouse, some stress,
Yeah.
something.
everything is
you
linked
know,
to stress at
it's-
some point or the
it's
other. Yeah.
Whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
I can't change
The situation.
trigger,
Yeah.
but I can change
Your
I can-
response to the trigger.
Your response,
Yeah.
your perspective towards the problem. I think that is what we're talking about. So I would say check your TPO antibodies before starting on the thyroid medication.
Okay.
That's a very important part.
Okay. So don't rush into this.
Don't rush into taking
Yeah.
tablets.
Try
Last time.
all natural
At
ways
least give
that you can
yourself
avoid
that
this.
3 months. Trust me, Rome was not built in a
Yeah.
day. You will be on a lifelong drug. My point is to give you prevention,
Yeah.
right? So that is what we do. We
It's
do
easy to rush
physiotherapy.
into medication
It's
and then
very
you're hooked
easy,
onto
and
medication
then,
for
and then
life.
you stop it on your own. I have
Yeah.
a lot of patients who say, you know, my BP was normal, so I stopped my medication. I'm like, listen, you cannot do that. You cannot. You know, your thyroid levels are elevated. You took your medication, and then now it's normal. I took the test, it's normal. But you took the test after taking the medicine.
Yeah.
Then obviously it's going to be normal. Ideally, you have to take all these tests on empty stomach. Then only you will know the actual cat out of the bag.
Yeah. So don't rush into medication. Don't stop. Once you're into medication, don't stop it
Without
at your
your
own.
physician's
Exactly.
consultation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be aware of that.
Yes.
Vitamins. So misunderstood and so like not given so much importance. We give importance to the macros and these micros get left out, which are so
Yes,
important too.
Absolutely. So all this neuralgic pain
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
get, you know, sometimes, you know, your hands are shivering. Sometimes it's very randomly. And there is some neuralgic pain spreading towards
Tingling
your
of
tingling
nerves
on your
at the end of
hands,
your
legs,
feet, yeah.
your back going down to... You must do your
Yeah.
blood profiles, your vitamin D3, very, very important. Your B12, extremely important. Because that is the food
Yeah.
for them. Imagine you're not getting food. What is going to be your reaction? So it's exactly like that. So vitamins are very, very not considered in terms of tests to be even considered. In the sense you
Yeah.
should not be doing in the test. Just take it randomly. No, I
No.
always tell you it can lead to toxicity.
Yeah.
It can lead to
Many people tend to ignore taking vitamin tests. They're like,
Yeah.
that's not, and
Yeah,
most
it is a
insurance.
little expensive,
Yeah,
but you
they
know,
don't.
gift it to yourself. You know,
Yes.
one meal outside versus one test for the year.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's literally that way. I would do it that way. I say gift yourself, gift your loved ones.
Yeah. And that's a gift you can give to yourself.
Gift
you know,
yourself.
to be
I always
healthy.
start.
Yeah.
The change is from within.
Exactly.
Gandhiji's words: "Be the change you
Want to be. Exactly. So let's move on to another segment, myth or fact. You tell me if this is a myth or if it's a fact. Okay. exercise is dangerous once you're over 50. Take it easy. Just do walking, just do yoga. Don't exercise too much. You could be hurting yourself. It's a myth
Well,
or a fact?
It's absolutely a myth because post 50, your bone density is going to be dropping. It's going to be, if you do your test, the bone densimeter test, you will, bone densitometry test,
Yeah.
you will see that your bones, you might be osteopenic or osteoporotic. So strength training is very, very,
Very, very
important.
important, yeah.
And when you do those planks, you do those little weights, you will realize that your strength is increasing, your bone density is improving.
Yeah.
So why not? I would say
So exercise is not dangerous.
it's
Do it.
absolutely
Yes.
not. You, in fact, you should inculcate it as a part of your routine. Nothing wrong. But play around your pain areas,
Yeah.
definitely.
So even if you've just been doing yoga or if you've been just walking throughout your life, this is the time where you actually have to weight train. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we should all go on to moving into that direction slowly and steadily. I know none of us like it.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to sit on that couch and think, I can stare at the TV on my phone, go chit chat is the easiest way.
Yeah.
But why not influence
And you'll
that
actually
person?
find your energy levels higher once you
You
exercise.
will feel it.
Yeah.
You will see the change. Absolutely.
All right. Myth or fact? The older you get, the more happier you become.
It is a fact that the older you get and the happier you become.
You start to get comfortable in your skin, isn't
You
it?
get
Yeah.
comfortable because a lot of people, if you see, are comfortable in their skin. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong. You can be comfortable in your skin.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong to take care of yourself either. So you ideally should be
Yeah.
happy.
And I feel 50s is the happiest, for me especially, it's been like, where you're more confident about yourself, you know who you
Yes,
are.
you've been there, done
There's
that,
no
you've
need to
tried.
fit into anything.
You don't
are,
want to fit in.
Exactly.
I think you can just step back and say, you know what, this is me.
Yeah.
And I love thyself.
Yeah. So it is, I mean, as you get older, it's actually getting happier and happier. There's no need
You
to
should
worry.
be happy.
Yeah.
According to me, I think we all should be happy. What is the reason to be unhappy? If there is a reason to be unhappy, work on it. That's it.
Okay. Myth or fact? If my father or my parents or my grandparents have diabetes or dementia, I will get diabetes too.
Well, this is a hereditary aspect. Well, it is not true. If your parents have diabetes, not necessary that you would.
Yeah.
Yes, the last progeny could be susceptible, but you can change it.
Because it's 80% your diet and your lifestyle.
Own lifestyle, your own stress levels, your own coping mechanisms. Please do not say this is something virasat
It's
mein.
heredity, so I have diabetes.
Hereditary hair, I can't do anything. Even if you can't do anything, try and do something.
Yeah. So it's only 20% that give you
Absolutely,
that heredity
absolutely,
gene.
yes.
80% is your
Is
own
your-
lifestyle,
yes.
your own, the way that you live your
And
life.
also, when you even if you have something, how you handle it. It's
Yeah,
very important.
exactly. All right. Myth or fact? Depression and loneliness is very normal when you enter your 50s.
Yes, people do feel
Mm-hmm.
because of the estrogen hormone that depletes. That is also causing rise to the depletion of the serotonin
Yeah.
levels, and because of which people do tend to feel that way. But now that you know that you are hitting a certain zone,
Mm-hmm.
you rather take the precautions, take your supplements.
But it doesn't have to be, right? I mean,
It doesn't have to be, but it is a fact that a lot of people do it. They do feel it. There is
Yeah.
a fact. But you don't have to feel it. That is what the reality is.
So find yourself a second passion that you like, go for it. Keep
Absolutely.
yourself
Surround yourself
busy.
with positive-minded people.
People.
Join the laughter club. Join yoga classes.
Yeah.
Do something that you really want to do. And I would say, continue working in whatever space. You
Exactly, yeah.
Whatever gives
there's
you
no
that
age
happiness.
to, I mean, you might have a regular job that you want to retire from, but then
You
start
don't want to be
something
in the
else.
rat race, but you know
Yeah.
what? You need to be having some purpose in life.
Exactly.
The purpose cannot be lost.
Yeah, that's so important. I see so many people around me who have nothing else to do, and
No,
then
but
you
you
end
see,
up.
I'll tell you what
Yeah,
happens, Kala. The point is, this is going to be a part of anyone's journey who's used to an 8 to, like a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
You're waking up at 5 in the morning, blah, blah. You're running out, you're coming back. You have a sense of purpose. You come back, you're coming back to a full house. Suddenly, there is no running.
Yeah.
There is nothing you are doing. You're talking to the walls. But you know what? You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You can get up. The thing is to not allow yourself to feel the loneliness, not allow yourself to feel depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's so much you can do, isn't it? Yeah.
There is so much you can do.
Talking about health, mental health, physical health, another very important thing is sleep.
Yes.
Right? And as you get older, I think it's hard to get. I mean, maybe you can't sleep 8 hours a day. 8 hours during the night. So, is it essential that those who turn 50 have to sleep? That they don't need to sleep 8 hours?
Well, so sleep is something which is very underspoken about and very underrated. I would say the body needs minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep. People are happy, oh, I'm good with 4 hours of
Yeah.
sleep and 5 hours, but your body needs. It is a natural way of healing. You detox from the day to day routines, from the gadgets, from the clutter, the food, everything needs to detoxify.
Yeah.
So that is your daily natural requirement. It's like having 2 to 3 liters of water and you're not allowing yourself to have it. So you're going to have issues if you don't have enough of sleep.
Yeah.
Most important, irritability, skin discoloration, wrinkles, lines. You're not going to feel the same. You're going to feel fatigue, lethargy.
So, if you can't sleep at night,
even your
take a
thyroid
nap.
levels,
Yeah.
all these things, if you have lethargy, fatigability, you're going to hit the wall.
yeah, take a nap in the afternoon and
Nothing
catch
wrong.
up on your sleep.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. Well
absolutely.
done. Myth or fact? Heart attacks are easy to recognize.
Well, heart attacks are not easy to recognize because sometimes you might just feel that you are having a bloating feeling, acidity. So you need to be very mindful of having to be aware of what exactly the heart attack
Symptoms are, yeah.
So this is a very clear.
Because you hear
and
of so
very-
many instances where
It's a very close topic to me,
Yeah.
very close to my heart, because my own mother
Oh.
didn't realize it.
Okay.
She was heading for a heart attack. And she just told me that she had acidity, but actually, it is the truth.
Yeah.
And it was we never saw the light in the day thereafter. So it was just that feeling of feeling acidity, which is so common, but it's not that. You have to raise an alarm. You need to understand the symptom of constipation and you want to go to the washroom and you're putting that pressure and that would also cause you a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is it's very common. It's very normal. People don't realize it only.
you hear so many instances,
Educated
people just
people.
walking on the treadmill and
Yes,
dropping
people
dead.
are training,
Yeah,
walking. A lot of marathon runners are just collapsing. They don't realize it.
Yeah.
You have to understand when you're getting tachycardic, when you're getting that reflux,
Yeah.
that acidity. Just slow down. You will feel that sense of anxiety, anxiousness, that high pulse.
Yeah.
Just slow down. Slow down. That's
So
what I can
important to slow down in this day and age, isn't it? So important. And it's
Slow down, but you know what? It's like you're driving a car. You have to shift gears.
Yeah.
Slow is slow, fast is fast, whatever the route is.
Yeah.
You can't be racing a car in a traffic jam, and at the same time, you can't be slowing down on a 20.
yeah, keep to the speed limit.
You need
Stick to the speed limit. Stick to your lane. Stick to your lane. If you would like to slow
I
lane,
always say, stay
stick
in
to
your
lane.
lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in
Stay
your lane.
within your speed limit.
But
Yeah.
understand, you have to have the knowledge to understand what is going on. My entire life, I have treated patients. My youngest has been 3 months old. Oldest has been 96 years old through COVID. And people didn't understand what was going on back then. Even
Yeah.
now, it's the same situation. So COVID, non-COVID, you know what? You need to be aware. Talk to your doctor. Call us anytime.
Awesome. So I think from our conversation, it's pretty clear that 50s is the best time of your life, actually. You can be the healthiest, the strongest, the most vibrant part of your life when you turn 50.
Yes, I feel age is just a number
Yeah.
and you should be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
You want to look fit, you should be fit. You have to work towards it.
Yeah.
Everything is...
And you can age as gracefully as you want to.
Absolutely.
right?
Look at you.
Yeah.
You're radiating and
Thank you.
look at us. All
Thank
of us,
you.
we
Yes,
kind of
exactly.
really patting our back.
Yeah.
When is the last time you patted your back
Exactly.
to say, you know what? You did a good job.
Exactly. Yay to the 50s. Yay to the
Absolutely.
50s. Right, Dr. Sameera, what is your vision and mission and what are you trying to tell people?
So recently, I'm just right now as we are in Dubai, we are setting up a medical tourism company that is Globe Meds, Medical Tourism and Wellness. I spent only 27 years in my life to serve the humankind, and I continue doing that in Mumbai as a physio. My mission and vision is very clear. I want to heal 1 million people across the globe because losing parents at a young age and not having enough help and support at that time, which I thought they did have, but they didn't use it. So there was not enough noise made, according to me. I feel my mission is very clear, just to heal the world. And that is what I want to do. It's very
One
clear.
person at a time. Yes.
One person. Just change one
Yeah,
life
yeah, yeah.
at a time, maybe in one day. And
Exactly.
you see the change, you see the blessing, you see that smile, and that smile will change your smile.
Exactly. So welcome to Dubai, and I hope you are able to settle in here as well
Yes,
as you
I
have
think I'm
into
settling in
Mumbai.
very
Yeah.
beautifully, and I love it, and I love
Yes.
the people.
Awesome.
My
Yeah.
husband and my daughter are here, and we are,
And-
we're really, really looking forward to having a good time.
Yes.
I think people are extremely vibrant and very receptive.
Very, very receptive. This
So
is the most friendliest city that you can
I think
find.
it's a great mix between the East and the West,
Exactly.
and I personally feel looking forward to my son coming back home and the family being here.
Awesome.
We continue working in Dubai and Mumbai as always. I spent
Awesome.
15 days here and 15 days.
Perfect, yeah.
in Mumbai.
And we're so glad to have met you and to have known all that, the good stuff that you do, and I'm sure a lot people here in Dubai will benefit from your, from the positive things
Yes,
that you
absolutely.
do.
I think, just heal the world.
Yeah.
Heal the world.
That's
heal
it.
one, touch one life.
person at a time, and the world will heal itself.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So yay to 50s.
Yes.
We're going to rock it. This is the era of the 50s.
So
and-
my question to you is, so what if you are at 50?
Exactly.
So what?
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry.
This is it. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
on
Thank you, our viewers. Thank
Wellness
you.
with Kala, Fit at 50. And this is not the last of that we're going to be seeing of you.
Of course
we will
not.
be
This
seeing
is
more
just
of
the
you.
start.
Just the beginning. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.